Mattia Binotto was appointed as the team principal of the Maranello-based squad in 2019 with the aim of pushing their limits as a team because they were unable to mark its presence in the turbo hybrid era of Formula One. They are still in the record books as the most successful team in Formula One history, and it is also important for this global sport as the oldest team in F1, as it is the only team to participate in every single season of Formula One since its inaugural season in 1950. They have won championships in every era of Formula One, with V12s, V10s, and V8s, but yet to announce their first championship during the turbo hybrid era. The last time they won the championship was back in 2007, when Iceman, Kimi Räikkönen, clinched the driver's title. Lewis Hamilton debuted in that season with McLaren, and V8 engines were in use that year. Since that season, the Italy team is still facing a drought of world championships. They added Sebastian Vettel into its driver's lineup at the end of the 2014 season as the replacement for two-time world champion Fernando Alonso, partnering with 2007 champion Kimi Räikkönen with the strong intention of fighting for the championships. They were with sufficient sources to fight for the championships, but the only thing they hadn't was a powerful engine to threaten the dominancy of the Silver Arrows. They showed a greater improvement in the 2017 and 2018 seasons, with the former Red Bull driver Sebastian Vettel being the runner-up in both seasons. It is still in the record books as their best achievement in the turbo hybrid era. Then the most controversial season of Ferrari in modern history was started. They came to the 2019 season with some recognizable changes, like the appointment of the former technical director Mattia Binotto for the top role of their Formula One team, replacing Maurizio Arrivabene, who failed to sustain a season-long challenge to Mercedes during the 2018 campaign amid a series of driver and management errors. At the beginning of the 2019 season, Ferrari appeared to be dominant in the first few races, challenging the Mercedes engines in terms of power. Controversy related to the Ferrari power units has arisen with the questioning of the legality of the much-improved 2019 Ferrari power unit by the rival teams. They suspect that Ferrari was using excess fuel in their engines to generate more power to push the limits of their 2019 Challenger. Red Bull took the lead to file a formal complaint against the Scuderia's power units. Blatantly accused of cheating by Red Bull's Max Verstappen, Formula One's governing body launched an investigation related to the Ferrari engines, and that led to the issuing of technical directives related to the fuel flow and oil burning of engines, resulting to lose the power of Ferrari engines, pushing them to the midfield. But the final conclusion of the FIA investigation was more controversial than the Scuderia's engine, as they concluded that Ferrari is neither legal nor illegal. Then FIA reached a secret agreement with Ferrari after what they called a thorough investigation, and it happened 1 month before the commencement of the 2020 season. Ferrari's rivals were not happy about this secret agreement, and some details related to this agreement are still to be revealed. According to some leaked information from the conversation between F1 steward Mika Solo and Finnish rally driver Christian Solberg, as revealed associated with this agreement. Ferrari was forced to use less fuel as a part of the punishment for this 2019 cheating scandal. The Scuderia team experienced a difficult 2020 season after suffering a huge loss in their straight-line speeds compared to the controversial 2019 season. They dropped into the midfield of the 2019 grid, finally finishing 6th in the Constructors' Championship, and it was the worst finish for a Formula One season by Ferrari in decades. Ferrari drivers Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel finished 8th and 13th in the 2019 drivers' standings respectively, losing the Ferrari seat for Vettel at the end of the 2019 season. This effect not only for prancing horses, but to reduce the performance of its customer teams too. The Maranello-based squad is now at a peak of its performance in the turbo hybrid era, producing a dominant F175 that can fight for this year's championships. But they had to spend the last 2 seasons in the midfield, resolving their issues. After the 2019 engine controversy, they seem to have found a legal way to make their engine faster than other rivals. Now they are with a greater advantage over rival teams. Even though the Ferrari had a settlement with FIA not to reveal any information related to their agreement, which was signed prior to the start of the 2020 season, discussing and commenting on the 2019 engine controversy is still difficult for Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto. That's in the past. I preferred not to talk about it anymore. However, what we were doing at the time was pushing somehow the line of interpretations. As a matter of fact, it wasn't illegal, or we would have been disqualified, said Binotto. In an interview with BBC, the Ferrari team principal talked about its journey to the front of the grid in the 2022 season. It is about building a team. The effort put in since 2017 has been step by step to build the right team. And with the right team, you can achieve the goals and targets. It's all about the team. It has been a really fantastic effort from the power unit team, says Binotto, attributing 75% of the improvement to the engine, specifically in combustion, and 25% to the energy recovery system. Even the Scuderia's engineering team has built something which can push them to the top of the game. All the things are in the hands of the man in the cockpit. At the start of the 2022 season, everyone thought that it will be an easy season for Leclerc to clinch the title with the reliability issue of their main rival, Red Bull. But it was wrong, and Ferrari drivers were unable to secure the healthy lead that they got at the start of the 2022 season, and they lost the lead in the current Drivers' Championship during the Spanish GP to reigning world champion Max Verstappen. But only 7 rounds are completed yet, and 15 races are remaining in the 2022 season, still opening the door not only for Leclerc, but also for Mercedes man George Russell in the 4th position of the standings as well. Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto discussed about the performance level of their main driver, Charles Leclerc, during his interview with BBC, appreciating his skill set. "We knew Charles had very high potential," Binotto says. "When we put him in our car in 2019, he proved in the first season to be very strong and talented. The way he was attacking, defending, and driving proved what he could do. We knew he had to improve in terms of maturity, leadership, and tire management, and I think as the seasons passed, it gave us the confidence he could do that and would become a fantastic driver. We had the confidence he could be a driver who can win world championships and become a very strong leader for the team." Binotto also praised the performance of their wingman, Carlos Sainz, who had a difficult start to the 2022 season with a series of errors. But he was able to clinch the 2nd place in the recently concluded Monaco Grand Prix. Binotto said, "Sainz is very fast, and I am pretty sure he can win championships as well." After a series of controversies, heartbreaks, and few seasons in the midfield, now they are back in the front of the grid with the most dominant challenger of the 2022 season. Let's hope Leclerc will win the 2022 driver's title, ending the championship drought of prancing horses, which is longer than a decade.